Good morning, students, and welcome back to the next session of Artificial Intelligence. In the last class, we have covered the concept on frames and semantic networks. These were the concepts for knowledge representation. Now, the next concept today, what we are going to discuss is on the process of planning. Before going to the concept of planning, first we need to understand that how a planning agent works. If you know already, you are might aware of an agent. That what is the role of agent? The agent will interact with the world. I mean, this world is your environment, okay, via perception and action. That means it takes perception from the environment, from world, and it provides action to the environment, back to the environment, I mean to the world. So this is a normal agent, how it works. So what is the perception process means? It involves sensing the world. That means it takes the information from the environment through sensors. How it sends the world? Through sensors, and it will be different with different agents. Through sensor, it receives the information and it accesses the situation and it creates some representation of the world, and the actions how it will perform based on the knowledge it has, and based on the knowledge base, okay, based on the knowledge base, the knowledge base will assist to generate actions to the agents. So these actions, whatever the agents will provide, it performs in domain based, okay, it won't go other than to the related information. That means it won't give the actions which are not related with the agents. Now, what is the planning here? In this one, in order to generate actions, actions means here set of events that will be performed by an agent. Now this set of events that has to be in a sequential way, or in a way by which it will give you a meaningful output by an agent. Now what is this planning? So planning is involved reasoning about actions. What actions should be preferred so that the particular thing can happen easily, I mean the task can achieve, by which it will give you a meaningful action. For example, if I say robot to clean a particular room, okay, now robot can perform many operations by cleaning the room. I mean it perform many sort of operations, I mean it perform many sort of actions, but if the actions which an robot has to perform are not in a proper arranged order, I mean they are not in a order which intents, which will give you a meaningful work done by a robot, that's why then it's of no use. That means planning is the important factor, because what it involves is it involves reasoning about actions, what actions the agent should take in order to perform the so and so task. So that is the reason why you can call as planning is the process where it is the reasoning side of acting. Actions will be performed, whenever the actions will be performed, so that actions will be performed through the help of planning. That's the reason why it is called as the reasoning side of acting. If the proper actions in a proper way has been performed, then you can say the task has been achieved efficiently. If any one of the actions which is not performed in a way how it has to perform, that means the efficiency will get decreases, just not because of the agent has performed well, just because the order in which the actions has been performed are not taken into in proper order. That is the reason why the planning is important here. So here this reasoning, I mean how the planning will deals on the reasoning. So what this reasoning involves? The reasoning involves that the representation of the world that the agent has also has the representation of actions. That means in the way how an agent will take the information from the world, in the same way the agent has to represent those actions to the world in turn. because it takes the information from the world means environment, and it gives back to the same, it gives back the action to the world, to the environment. So the representation of actions are also important, and that will be performed through the process of planning. So that's the reason, like if there are constraints here, so how can you overcome such constraints in order to achieve completely for success? How can you represent the actions if there are constraints are available? That will be considered while if you perform the process well, and that will be performed by the help of planning. That's why you can say why we are terming this as planning agent means this agent will decides the appropriate action that has to be carried out by an agent, and that action has to be performed to the world. Okay, so that's the reason why either you can consider as a hard constraints or soft constraints or preferences, what preferences has to be considered in order to perform some action. Okay, so that preferences has also to be in consideration while generating a set of actions. So now how the planning process is. Similarly, if we go to the normal definition of planning in AI, is what? Arranging a sequence of actions, very simple term, arranging a sequence of action to achieve a goal. Okay, the proper arrangement of actions is important here in order to achieve the goal. So you can also use the term of planning in the other way, is that the planning is the task of coming up with a sequence of actions that will achieve the goal. Anyone you can mention over there. Now the question here is, how can you generate sequence of actions through the process of planning? That is our question. We know that planning is how we need to have arrange some actions, and that action should be in a sequential way. And that sequential action, what is the advantage of having sequential action is that it achieves a goal, it helps us to achieve a goal. Goal means in order to reach to the goal state. Now the thing is that how can you generate sequence of actions that will give you a given goal? That means here, as you know that every state, initially what we are considering as initial state, and we'll be having goal state. So from the very first state, that is initial world state, we have to perform these actions, I mean the sequence of actions, in order to generate a goal state. Now the thing what we required here is that a set of operator description define the possible primitive actions by the agent. What kind of operations are helpful in order to generate my goal state? That means, for example, if your A is your initial state and B is what your goal state, in order to reach from A to B, I have to perform certain sub goals. What I need to perform? Certain sub goals. That means the process of going to the goal state is not just a single process. Instead, it is a process, multiple process. That means moving from A to B to the one state, another state, intermediate state is one sub goal. And from here to here, again there is a sub goal. And again from here to here, it is sub goal. And from here to finally to the B state is what your another sub goal. That means here, the goal state description you can use with the help of predicate. This predicate is the concept which we have discussed in first order logic, right? So that will be using here. So what we are doing here is we need to consider initial state. We need to have a goal state description, that how the goal state is there, how can you describe the goal state with the help of predicate. And we should have a plan on that in order to reach from A to B. Okay, so all of this thing has to be considered. Along with that, what we are doing here is this point, the last point, if you refer, goals are usually specified as conjunction of goals to be achieved. Conjunction of goals means sub goals. Like I said, A to B, if I am reaching, or if I consider as A to E, this is A to E. Now A to B is my sub goal, right? B to C is another sub goal, C to D is another sub goal, and D to E is another sub goal. Now when I reach to A means it is a final state. So A to B conjunction of A to B comma C to D comma D to E comma B to C, all of this is what my goals. So in this way the part of achieving goal state will be divided into a set of multiple number of sub goals. That means how it performs, how the state will be changed. This is the point. A sequence of operator instances which after executing in the initial state, anything changes into initial state, changes the world to a goal state. Goal state means now if I take in this example like A to B, C to D or B to C, D to E. Now if I take sub goal means A to B is my sub goal, B to C is another sub goal, C to D is another sub goal, D to E is my another sub goal. So finally when I am reaching to E is what my final goal state. Any changes which I did on A will make me to go into the next state, that is on the B state. And if second time if I take any changes made on to the B will give me into the next state, that is C. So on it happens until you reach to the final goal state. Now that is how the planning problem, I mean like how this planning works. But if I say planning with problem solving, how can you relate this both the terms? If you see carefully, planning is how which help us to generate actions in an agent. Now if I say problem solving methods also means the process in which my problem, here problem solving means, what do you mean by this problem solving? That means the process of moving from the initial state to the goal state is my problem solving, problem of reaching from initial to the goal state. So you can say that planning is more powerful and efficient because of the representation and methods. Problem solving you can say as in a generalized way, but planning is specific way. As it is specific, it has some specific representation and it has some specific method. That's why the planning process is more powerful and also it is more efficient. What this planning have? Plannings have states, goals and actions that are decomposed into sets of sentences. Because decomposition means dividing. So how they are being divided? Usually in first order logic they will be divided. That means this, the number of states what we is taking, the goal, the actions, all of this will be divided into set of sentences and each sentence is used with the help of first order predicate logic. That means here you are using predicates. Okay, mostly what we are using here is predicates. Now the search process, if you see, search of process often proceeds with plan space rather than state space. In problem solving you will be considering state space, but when if I am doing with planning I can use the term as plan space. Okay, the sub goals, this is also very important part. Sub goals can be planned independently, reducing the complexity of planning problem. I mean like if I take this example, like if I am reaching from A to E, now in order to reach from A to B is my sub goal, B to C is another sub goal, C to D is another sub goal, D to E is another sub goal. So all these sub goals are independent to each other. They are not dependent on each other. So as they are independent, what is going to happen? The complexity of planning problem will get reduces. What it happens? It get reduces because of decomposition nature, because of having sub goals which are independently working or which are independently planning themselves to do the task. That's the reason why the complexity of planning problem get reduces. Now there is there is an example here. What is that example here? Is blocks world example. What is this blocks world example means? First we need to understand what is this blocks world problem. Okay, here we will be having square block of some same size, same size, equal size number of square blocks are there, and each blocks can be stacked. You can perform stack, you know, right? Stack procedure. So that stack you will be taking, and this is all the number of blocks can be stacked one upon another. One block, another upon that, another block upon that, another block. So you can use stack procedure, and there is one table, flat surface table, on which these blocks you can place. Okay, and what we are using? We are using a robot arm. This is what your robot arm that can manipulate the blocks. That means using this, with the help of robot arm, it can hold the block and it can put it any position. That means it can manipulate the blocks, and one condition is that at one time this robot arm will only hold one block. It cannot hold more than one block. That is one condition. This is one condition. At once only robot arm can hold one block at a time. Now what is this block world problem is that the state has been described by set of some predicates. Predicates means the facts, the sentences that were true in that state. Now what we have to do is we need to perform some set of actions. What we are performing some set of actions where it makes to the state description, and in addition to that we are adding some statement that everything else remains unchanged is also necessary. We should add the statement in such a way that it should not get changed. Okay, well, we see with an example you will get to know what is that block world problem. Now for example, if you see this diagram, in this one, this is the start state. There are three blocks, block A, block B and block C, and this line is your table. What is this? Table. And on this table the two blocks are placed, and the two blocks are placed on table, block A and block B placed on table, and C is placed on block A, and there is one robot hand which can hold one block at a single time, only one block at a time. Now this is my initial state. Now the problem is that I need to make this state into my goal state. The goal state will be in this format. That means C should be on table. This is your table. C should be on table, B should be on the top of the C, and A should be on the top of the A. Remember, robot hand can hold only one block at a time. Now in order to reach from start to goal, there should be some planning. Okay, there should be some planning. Through this planning we need to that planning can be achieved through a set of sequence of actions. Okay, so deciding which action should be taken is more important. If you change the order of the action, then you will not achieve the task. You will be stuck in there. That's why the order of the actions are very important here. Now as you know that C is on A, right? So the first what we are taking is through robot hand we are grabbing C. Okay, we grab the C by robot hand and we pick up C. I means we have taken C which is above A. Now we place this C on table C. Now after placing on table C, that means on table A, B and C will be there. Okay, now what we have to do is we need to grab B which is on table. We need to pick up B. Grab means holding, then pick up means removing from the table. Then we need to put this B on C. We need to put B on C. So that what happens, if C is there, above to that B will be happen. Like that. Stack B on C. Now again what else is left? A is left. So we need to grab A, pick up A, There is a difference between grab and pick up. Grab means just holding, robot hand will take that, what is that, block, and pick up means remove that block from that position. Now pick up A, and finally here it puts A on B. So this is C, this is B, and this is A. So in this way, these are the set of actions in order to reach to the goal state. So this is how we know. But how can you make the machines to do the task? Okay. So that is why there is one mechanism called as strip mechanism. Okay, this is also very important part, strip mechanism. So here for every operation, what this strip mechanism, actually this strip mechanism was developed by Fax, which is in the year 1971. How it has been, this is a what a mechanism to use when we are taking what, when we are taking the planning problem. So Block's World, in Block's World also it uses the same problem, the same representation, the same mechanism. So this mechanism was used in robot problem solving system. How can you make robot to know that what to be performed and what not to be performed? Because the robot is not human, right? We have to program the robot in such a way that it should perform the task in a desired way. This is how we normally know. But how can you make these actions into practical that has to be performed by other robot? I mean, robot hand means that through a robot only it has to perform, right? So that's why this strip mechanism will contain 3 lists. Okay, it contains 3 lists. What is that? The first list it contains as precondition, the second list it contains as add list, and the third it contains as delete list. So first thing is that precondition list is what? Predicates. All are predicates here. Where it is, all are predicates means it uses first order logic. So precondition lists are the lists which have to be true before operation. That means whenever you perform any operation, before that operation, this predicate should be true. This predicate should be true. And the next list is add list, are the predicates which will be true after operation. After operation means when you perform the operation, after that this should be true. Delete list are such lists which are no longer true after operation. That means after operation it should not be true. Pre means before operation it should be true. Add means after operation it should be true. Delete means after operation it should not be true. So this are the 3 lists which will be provided by the mechanism of strips. Okay. So these predicates which are not included either of this list are assumed to be unaffected by operation. I mean, like if the predicates has no role on particular operation, so they won't harm or they won't affect the operation. Okay. If any predicates are not being used in any of these 3 lists, remember I am repeating, if any predicates are not used in any of these 3 lists, that means they are unaffected by the operation. Okay, there is no change on predicates by such operations. And the frame's axioms are specified implicitly in strips. Because why? Because it implicitly, internally it is specified here in strips. Because of that, what happens? It reduces the amount of information which is stored. Because as you know, it is implicitly means what happens? Whenever if the things has to be specified implicitly, so the information will get the information will be saved. I mean the storage spaces will enhance because it reduces the amount of information. Okay. So now we'll be seeing an example on Block's World. The same thing with the help of strip mechanism. So as I said that a planning system which have 3 rules, first precondition, deletion list and addition list. The third is what? Your addition list. For example, if you are in start state, now this is my predicate. What is the predicate here is that B is on table. That's true. Yes, that has to be true. A is on table. Yes, this is true. C is on A. C is on A. Yes, these are predicates. Okay, and hand is empty. These are true. What are this? These are what the preconditions that has to be true before performing operation. Okay, that has to be true before performing operations. Now, what is this clear C? Clear C means above C. Is there any? Is there any block? No. So this is also true. Clear B. Above B. Is there anything else? Above to the B? No. So that means this is clear B. But you cannot take clear A because above A, C is there. Only you can take clear of C or else you can take clear of B. So these are the predicates which are being provided when you are taking in the start state. But when you go with the goal state, the changes which happens. What changes it happens? Like C is on table. Yes, that's true. C is on table. Now B is on C. Yes, B is on C because B, if you see, B is on C. A is on B. Yes, A is on B. That's also true. Hand is empty. Yes, hand is empty because hand empty means there is no block remained by robot hand. Now, what is that clear of A? Now, above A, is there anything, any block? No. That's why clear A. Here you cannot take clear of B. You cannot take clear of B. Here you cannot take clear of C. Why? Why? Because if you take clear of B, above B already A is there. So it's not true. Clear of C you cannot take because above C B is there. So this is also not true. So this is your goal state predicates and this is your start state predicates. Now this precondition, deletion list and addition list will be seen with some of the rules. So this rule will be used in goal stack planning. Where it will be used? These rules will be used in goal stack planning. Okay. Now we will be seeing what this rule will say, that whenever if you perform pickup of x, x means any value. So what are the precondition for that pickup? Understand this one. If I want to pick up, okay, the hand should be empty. The robot hand, if it is not empty, can you pick up any value? If robot hand is not empty, can you pick up any value? No. So that's why the precondition is that has to be true is that the hand should be empty. Okay. Now in order to pick up x, the x should be on table, right? If x is on table, then I can pick up the value and then I can pick up x, right? So this condition has to be true, or else what is the next condition is clear of x. That means now if you see, if in the goal state, if I want to pick up B, if I want to pick up B and if I want to pick up C, can I pick up B and C now? You can't, because above B A is there and above C B is there. So only you can pick up A here. That means clear of A. Here also the same thing applies here. Clear of x. So these are all the preconditions and deletion list which will be used. That has to be true. That has to be true in order to perform this rule whenever you are performing pickup operation. Okay. And add list, what do you mean by add list? Add list are those predicates which will be true after operation. If I perform operation of pickup, then this should be true. Holding of x means whenever a robot hand or arm picks a value x, now robot hand is holding the value x. Now this will be true after operation. True after operation. And this is true before operations. Similarly, if you go, this is about rule 1. Now what is the rule 2 is put down x. If you want to put down a value of x, what is the precondition? When you can put down any value, if you are holding the value. If you are holding the value. That means if a robot arm holds the particular value, then only the robot hand can put that value, right? So the precondition is that it should be in holding state, then only it can be put down. So add list means this is before operation, precondition means before operation, and after operation add list. Now after put downing the value of x on the table, the hand becomes empty, and that x, when it is put down, it should be put down on what? Table. So x is on table, right? And the clear of x means here above x there is no other value. Okay, like if this is your table, now what is this? This is your x. Okay, add list. You can see that hand is empty, x is on table, and clear x means above x there is no value. So this is what? It has to be true after performing put down. Now this is rule 2. What is the third rule? The third rule is stack of x, y. What do you mean by this? It means that x is, you need to perform x on y. Okay, you need to perform x on y. So how you are performing, what will be the precondition? Okay, in order to put x on y, okay, the x should be in holding state. That means this robot hand should hold the value of x, right? First condition. And y, if for example this is your table and y is there, above y I need to put x. That means this y should be in which state? Clear of y means above y there should not be any value. So these are the preconditions. What is the add list? Add list means after performing this x on y, so what happens? I mean like stack of x comma y. So how it will be finally? It will be in this way. This is your y, this is your x, and this is what your table. Okay. So what happens? X is on y, and above x there is no value. That means this is clear of x. Okay. Similarly, if I want to unstack this x on y, if I want to remove x on y, then what will be the precondition? So this is the precondition, that x should be on y and x should be on clear. So remember, in stack and unstack, in stack the add list is this one. The same add list will become as a precondition for unstack operation. Now after this is what your precondition for unstack. Now whenever this is your robot arm, which is empty, right? Now after that, if I want to unstack, that means the robot hand should hold the value of x. So that's why the robot hand is holding the value of x. How it looks like? It looks like in this way. What is that? This is for example y, and this is robot hand which is holding the value of x. Okay, because it has to be unstacked from that one. Now unstack. After that, what we need to do? We need to put down of x. What you need to perform? Put down of x, next step, so that this x should be put on the table. So in that way the rules has to be followed, and these rules will give you the preconditions, the deletion list or the add list, which determines that this are what the terms which will be used in goal stack planning. Okay, what is this planning is referred as goal stack planning. So in goal stack planning, you can achieve this task from start state to goal state by this rules. What are the 4 rules? Which are the rules? What is that? Pick off of x, put down of x, stack of x comma y, unstack of x comma y. So these are what the rules. Now using that rule, anyhow we are performing goal stack planning. So for example, if for the given problem, if I am reaching from start to goal state, what sequence I should follow. What sequence, see here, sequencing is very important here, right? So what sequence I should follow? If you refer this diagram, means first I need to perform unstack of C comma A, right? So I am performing this unstack of C comma A. So this is my C, this is A, and this is my B. Okay? And what is the goal state here? The goal state is in this way, right? So this is my goal state. So what I have to perform? Unstack of C comma A. So I mean I'm removing C from A. So for that I have to check the conditions. Which condition? These preconditions I have to verify, and if they are true, then only I can perform this procedure, the task. Then after this put down of C, that means I need to put the value of C here, so that what happens? It will becomes as A, B, C on the table. Okay, then we need to pick up B, we need to pick up this B. Okay, for pick up B, what is the precondition? That the robot hand should be an empty one. If it is empty, then only you can pick up the value of B. Okay, and what happened? You can perform stack of B comma C. That means what you are performing? Stack of B, that means you are putting B on C. So how it will be around like this? It will be like this, A, and it will be B comma C. This is, what is that? B, yeah. Here it is. If you see, refer this. So B, you can I'm just representing in this way, B and C. The goal state is this one, A, B, C. Okay, so this is not the goal state. What is that? Goal state is like this, A, B and C. Now B and C, so this is not the thing. So B and C, stack of B. Then I need to pick up A. Okay, I need to pick up A, and what I have to do here is I need to pick A and on the B. Okay, so again I did the same here, A, B, C. Now I need to pick up A and I need to put, what is that? A on B. So finally this is my B and C, and above that I am putting A. So this is how, what the 6 steps, the 6 sequence that has to perform in order to achieve the goal state. Now this execution of plan you can perform through a process called as triangular table. Now we will be seeing that how this triangular table works. So before going to this, first we will see that how we are performing. See how many operations are there totally? 6 operations. 6 sequence means 6 operations are there. So what is the first condition? If you see the first condition is that for n operation in the plan there are n plus 1 rows, which is 1 to 6, 1 to n plus 1. That means, for example, if I am taking 6 operations, means how many rows it will be? 7 rows will be there, and 7 columns will be there. And this will be from 1 to 6, and this will be from 0 to, this will be from 1 to 7, and this will be from 0 to 6, right? So if you see now, how many rows are there? 7. So here this is one row, second row till what is that, 7 row we have taken, right? And what we have taken further, column 0 to 6. So 0 to 6 means here this is first column 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 0 to 6 columns we have taken. So this is what we define the structure of the triangular table. That means how the number of rows and columns will be taken, we have defined now here. Now what is the second point here is that at the end of ith row, place the ith component of the plan. For example, if I am taking at the end of 6th row, if I am using just an example, 5th row, let us assume 5th row, place the 5th component of the plan. So what is the 5th row? This is my 5th row. Okay. So for the 5th row, what I have to do, place the 5th component of the plan. 5th component means here, what is the 5th component? Pickup of A. So I am putting here pickup of A. That means when if I value is 1, what is the first component? Unstack of C comma A. So I am putting here unstack of C comma A. For the second row, what is the second sequence? Put down of C. Is that only right? Put down of C. Then next is pickup of B. At the third row, third instruction, 4th, 5th, 6th. Okay. So like that I put this one. So first I have decide the structure, then I have put this instruction here, unstack of C comma A. Is at the, you can refer this second point, at the end of the first row, place the first component of the plan. If I is first, so first row, what is the first row? Unstack of C comma A. So first row at the end means I am putting here, second row at the end I am putting here, third row I am putting this one. You can see third is pickup of B. Fourth is stack of B comma C. Fourth end of is stack of B comma C, pickup of A. Like that you are putting the value. This is regarding what? The second point. Now what is the next thing is that the row entries of for the ith step contains the preconditions for ith operations. For example, the row entries, if I take I as 1, the row entries of first step contains the precondition for the first operation. For the first operation is what? Unstack of C comma A. Unstack of C, what is the precondition? What is the precondition? On X comma Y, clear comma X. This is what the precondition, right? So I am putting here. So this is my precondition I am putting here. Okay. And for put down of C, what is the precondition of put down of C? Holding of X. So I am putting, what is this? The precondition. Here what I am putting? Precondition. And pickup of B, what is the precondition? Hand empty. For stack of B comma C, what is the precondition? Holding of B. For pickup of A, hand should be empty. Precondition I am putting here. For stack of B, what is the precondition? Holding of E. So all that I have put in this way till here. Similarly, if you go for the next point, what is the next point here is that the column entries for the J column contains the add list for the rule on the top. That means if I use J as 1, the column entries for the first column contain the add list. What is this add list I am putting now? Here these are the precondition, but here the add list. So the column entries for the J column. That means if I use J as 1, let us assume I am using first column contain the add list for the rule on the top. So first column, okay, first column, what is the unstack, where is unstack? Add list means what is that? Holding of X and clear of Y. Holding of X and clear of Y. So this is my first column. What is this? This is my first column. So in first column I am putting what? The precondition for the first operation. So what are the precondition? Holding of X unstack of, if it is unstack of X comma Y means holding X and clear of Y. So holding of C already is there. Now what I am taking, another precondition is clear of Y means clear of A I am taking here. Now Why I am choosing this location only? Why I am not using this one, and this one, and this one? Okay, because in this point you will come to know what is that. The I comma j cell contains the precondition for ith operation that are added by the j operation. For example, what is this value I comma j means? What is this? 1 comma 5. What is that? 1. What is that? Sorry, 5 comma 1. 5 comma 1, right? Because what is that? Fifth row and first column. So 5 comma 1 contains the precondition for fifth operation. What is the fifth operation? Fifth operation, pickup of A. This is fifth operation. What is the precondition of pickup of A? Hand empty. Okay, hand empty. And also, what is the precondition of pickup of A? So hand empty is the precondition. On x comma table is what the condition, and clear of x is also one condition. 3 conditions are there. Hand empty is already there, and what is left over? On a comma table and clear comma A. These 2 are the preconditions. Now contains the precondition for the fifth operation that are added by first operation. First operation, what is first operation? This first operation. First operation, what we are taking? Unstack of C comma A. First operation, add list means holding of X. Okay, what is that? Here it is. Add list. Add list of first condition. What is the first condition? This is first condition. So first condition, what is that? Unstack. Unstack means holding and clear. These are 2 conditions. Holding and clear. If you see, holding is already there. Now this clear and this clear, in both of them, this is common. So this condition is common in both of this one. What is that? What is that? You can say that precondition of the fifth operation and the add list of the first operation. That's why I am putting clear of A here. I am not putting here and here or here, anywhere. I am putting here only. So that's why this is how you are matching this one. This point is very important. Okay, how can you decide this one? Okay, so by this you have to frame all of these things and you have to decide which has to become. So this is by which you are performing the triangular table. Okay, so here, that's why you can say in this one also you are not taking any value here, here, you are not taking here and here, here, so on. You can perform for all of the steps. By which condition? By these conditions you need to satisfy. I comma j cell, value of I comma j cell will be decided by this condition. What is that? Precondition for I operation and that are added by j operation. J operation, what it will be there? Add list of the condition. That's why here strip mechanism is used here. Using this strip mechanism only we are performing, calculating, we are generating triangular table. Now what is the last point here? How can you say that it is correct? By this rule you can get to know. What is that? The first column indicate the starting state. First column. So what is the first column? What is the starting state here? This is what your starting state, right? The first column. So this is your first column. Completely this one is your first column. This is what your starting, and last row indicates the goal state. Okay, last row. So this is your last row. What this last row indicates? What? The goal state. If you see this in the goal state, on C comma table, on B comma C, on A comma B. So this is what about the goal state, right? And this is what about the start state. Okay. So here you are taking this one, and in this one you can see that what is that, on C comma table, on B comma C, on C comma table, on B comma C, here it is coming on C comma table, on B comma C, and on A comma B, and clear of A. So all of this we have covered, right? So this is how it will be performed. So these are the steps by which you can perform triangular table. Okay. So this is regarding about the execution of a plan. That means you can perform by triangular table. Okay. So this is what we have seen till now about planning. This is all we have seen, the basics of planning. So if I go back, what we have covered in this session is that how this planning agent works. That means if you know that we know about the agent, we know about the intelligent agent, but here we are seeing about the planning agent, how this planning helpful, and we have seen what is the procedure of performing the planning process. And if you compare planning with problem solving, then what the things you may find the differences among themselves. And with an example on blocks world, also we have seen in blocks world the start state, the goal state, the series of actions, the sequence of actions. With the help of strip mechanism, we have seen that how this strip mechanism works. With the help of predicate, we are providing the operations and the rules which it provides by the strip mechanism. So this 4 rules will be used for generating triangular table. Also these rules can be used in the process of goal stack planning, okay, which is also an important topic. What is that? Goal stack planning. So this completes today's class.